Welcome to the Crypto Guild. My name is Rahul and I am your host. On this channel, we discuss everything crypto, and it is my job to make all of it easy to understand for you. So let's get started. Today, we're going to cover sort of the week in crypto, what went down, what were the biggest highlights from a news perspective. And there are some really good developments that are taking place in crypto. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. All right, guys, let's see where we are with the crypto markets and how they're doing. So this is, we're in May 28th today. It's the end of the week. And I just wanted to look through where everything is from a price action perspective. And as you guys can see over here, Bitcoin is down about almost 7%. Ethereum is down about 8%. Binance Coin about almost 10%. And if you generally look across the board, you're going to see a lot of reds, anywhere from 3% all the way up to like maybe even 20%, right? You're generally going to see red. And just so you guys know, this is actually pretty normal for the crypto markets. Nothing to get worried about over here. If you're sort of like a trader, well, then I think you're going to get opportunities in the near future to make some trades. And if you are like a long-term hodler, well, then nothing has fundamentally changed about the promise of crypto, and there are great projects right on this page. So I wouldn't be too worried about this. This is, again, par for the course, pretty normal in the world of crypto. Let's just take a quick look at sort of where we are with Bitcoin dominance, because I kind of use that as one factor to kind of tell me what's going on with the market. So here we are in the Bitcoin dominance chart, and as you guys can see, we're currently hovering in the sort of mid to late 40s from a dominance perspective, right? And that's actually pretty low compared historically to what it's been. And I think the lowest it's ever been has probably been in this range. This is around January of 2018, where it was around 35. But the one other thing I noticed is there's a lot more volume to support it this time. And actually, the next article I'm going to go through from a news perspective is going to give some insight into what some of those like red candlesticks are. But generally speaking, as you guys can see, the RSI is pretty, I would say, pretty low right now. And could Bitcoin fall even further? Sure, it could. But generally, the sort of where we are as far as the sentiment and the RSI is concerned, even if we do go lower, as we have gone on a number of occasions before, we're generally due for like an upswing, right? And so you guys are seeing I have a few of the altcoins that I'm tracking over here. We all know that they're slightly down. The market seems to be in a sideways, choppy kind of movement. But generally speaking, I do expect Bitcoin to go up sooner rather than later. Just looking at sort of this data over here in terms of volume, what the RSI is telling us. And it might go down further before it does go back up, but generally speaking, it's in that territory where it should bounce back. So let's quickly switch gears over to our first sort of like headline. And this is actually an article on Bitcoin miners, and they're escaping China. I'm actually really, selfishly, I'm really happy about this. China is probably not the best country in terms of being a champion for Bitcoin, and this article is essentially telling us that there was an analysis done on actual Bitcoin blockchain data, and based on that analysis, it does indeed seem that China's miners have been dumping their Bitcoin, especially over the last like week or so. And the reason they're doing this is because even though China had announced a ban on cryptocurrencies back in 2017, I was watching an interview with Charlie Lee's brother. So Charlie Lee is the creator of Bitcoin. So his brother used to own some, mining operations in China at a certain point. So I was listening to an interview of his, and his take on it was that even though the ban was announced in 2017, from an enforcement perspective, this is new. And so indeed, it does seem that mining operations are shutting down and are going to be moving away from China, either shutting down permanently or moving away depending on the circumstances of the particular individual, organization, or mining pool. So overall, I think this news is pretty positive, and it'll probably mean that Bitcoin's hash rate will move to other parts of the world, which is, great news for Bitcoin. I do encourage you guys to read this article. It's actually pretty good. It's one of the more sort of like, solid analysis done, and where people aren't just talking off the cuff, just, making random statements. For example, the other day, Elon Musk made a random statement about centralization of Bitcoin mining. Well, when you read this article, you'll get a very different picture. And this article is backed up by data, not just talk. Anyhow, let's move to the next sort of like key highlight, and that is a Bitcoin mining council. North American miners have sort of created a Bitcoin mining council with Elon Musk. And this, as you guys know, right, Elon Musk is obviously very concerned about, power draw, the sort of impact on the climate, things of that nature. So I think, again, this is a positive development. And he sort of had them commit to publish current and planned renewable usage, and ask miners all over the world to do so. And he obviously feels it's quite a promising move. So this, I think, is overall like good news. There should be, there should be some focus on this, that we should be using renewable or waste energy sources to mine Bitcoin, and cut down on the climate issue that we have. So overall, a positive development. Next, guys, I wanted to talk to you real quick about this. So, it really concerns me when I see things like this, but essentially DeFi project Burger Swap, which is on the Binance Smart Chain, it was hacked for 7 million. And so 7.2 million worth of BNB, ETH, and Burger were taken in a flash loan attack. And you hear stories like this all the time. The reason I'm sort of bringing this up is because I really think the community needs to be aware that crypto is a space where things like this do happen and probably will continue to happen pretty often. And so because the infrastructure and processes are not perfect, and sometimes even when you audit a smart contract, there are chances that there's a bug that the audit wouldn't catch, and then someone could exploit it, as was done over here. So guys, scams are on a huge rise. They come in many different shapes and forms. I will be making a video about it later, but just safe to know, right? Don't just go ahead and invest your money or put your money in all these like various decentralized platforms without doing your due diligence and research. Just know that stuff like this does happen, fairly often. All right, guys, moving to the next sort of news article here is, I like this one. So Vitalik Buterin, he's the co-founder of Ethereum, and he's slammed Elon Musk's plan to 10x Doge, right? And so, I mean, this tweet sort of like summarizes it. He's choosing Doge because Doge is better than Bitcoin in many fundamental ways. No, it's not. Doge is faster transaction speed, lower fees, and less environmental impact than Bitcoin. And look at Elon's reply here. If Doge speeds up block time 10x, increases block size by 10x, and drops the fee by 100x, and it wins hands down. This is a how do I put this? This is a very simplistic and, I'm sorry to say, inaccurate view on what Elon is thinking with Doge. I've done a video on Dogecoin and checked out its tech, and trust me, it is one of the more not ancient. Well, I don't know what the right word is here, but I am not impressed at all. Zero. I am zero impressed. Anyone who has any knowledge about the crypto market would know that there are many, many projects out there which are better than Doge in just about every respect, and those projects deserve to be the base layer on which to build, a medium of exchange. And Doge is by far one of the worst candidates for this. So I'm glad that Elon has a lot of has a lot of faith in Doge. And again, if you work on it for years, you can absolutely make a dent. You can absolutely make it better. But I'm just thinking to myself, why would you pick a crappy project to start with as your base? Anyhow, only Elon knows the answer to that. And this last one here, guys, before we close out, was just showing sort of the momentum of crypto. And every fifth hedge fund already invests in cryptocurrencies. So this is a report by PwC, or Price Waterhouse Coopers, and they're doubling down on crypto. And obviously, everyone they're very familiar with Bitcoin, but they've actually moved beyond that as well. They've moved into Ethereum, Litecoin, Chainlink, Polkadot, and Aave as well. And so high net worth individuals and family offices are also, part of the investment pool. So there's a lot of exciting news around. 26% of the hedge fund managers who are not investing in crypto reported that they are in late stages of planning to invest or looking to invest in digital assets. So and obviously the regulatory uncertainty is something that has maybe kept them away. But I do feel like regulations will be coming, not so far away from now, at least here in the United States. So we'll keep an eye on that. But obviously these big sort of institutions are getting in on crypto. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed the quick sort of update. And until next time, peace.